Hello, surreal sentients. Good evening from Wemeldingen? No, I'm not in Rotterdam today. This evening, no, I'm at my parents' house and a little bit of an extended vacation, or yeah, let's call it that. Let's call it that. And it's the tenth episode, and I thought what to do. I really, really struggled because I like the randomness. I like that things are. Um, where is it? Where is it? It's just in the Netherlands, in the south of the Netherlands, in the province of Zealand, and the house is built on an old water gate, and they damped it and they built new houses on it. That's 20 years ago, so not as new as it's supposed, but you get the point. So, and it's kind of an island. There's only one road in and out. It's connected to the mainland, but and when I look that way, now there's the wall. But if you stand outside or on the rooftop, you look out of the sea, one of the sea arms, and if the weather is really bright, you even can see the big bridge going over the water. It's really, really nice. It's really, really nice. It's yeah. It's a vacation, and if you like a vacation, there are houses here on the island you can rent. Don't ask me how, but I know it's possible. Probably the big names you can find. So if you still have no plans for this summer, could be. So what I want to do is continue what I started it last week on Friday. I was in a retreat and I was drawing in my sketchbook, and I had a epiphany. I saw at that moment how I can transfer that idea that I had for a very, very long time into a little bit bigger drawing. So I thought maybe it's nice to go over it and extend it because it's not finished yet, and see how this drawing will continue. And I hope it's gonna be trippy. That's for sure. So before I go in, I have a filling pencil with a 4B core. I have my electric eraser, and I have flexible eraser. I have my glasses, and of course my cup of tea. And a glass, a little bit of water, a bottle of water, but who's counting? So let's see. I see people coming in. Bony Foot, welcome. Spontaneous, thank you. The place is peaceful. Really, I become zen. Last weekend it was a retreat, and this is just an extension of my retreat. It's oh. Yeah, for sure. We can go chill here, Takumi. For sure, for sure. Thank you, man. It's awesome to be here. Okay, good to have you. Good to have you. Now let's start into the drawing. So, what are we having here? I started here in the left top corner, and I started to expand those chessboard balloons thingies. I don't have a name for it. Maybe someone has a good name for it, but and I draw that on the moment I'm a little bit in a kind of a panic with my autism. Sometimes it can be moments that it's very overwhelming. And when I arrived at the retreat, there were a lot of new people, a place I don't know. Yeah, that's a trigger. That's a trigger. And I started to draw that in my sketchbook, getting back to those shapes. But I didn't even finish 3 of them in a smaller than this. And I saw what it needs to be. And I started it with only the shapes. And it felt so good that I started to draw in my roots. And if you see my drawings, my artist drawings, you see a lot of those roots coming back into my drawings, and that's a good sign because that feels like me, and I'm invading here the chaos and ruling it, you know? And I did a purple one, as you can see, and I will move it a little bit up here. I have a red one, and I'm thinking of do another one. We still have a lot of space. You're just looking at a corner from around a paper of H3 ish. So the size you see in your screen is about half this. This is half. So this is like H5 size that you can see. So trust me, we have space. There is way more to fill. More than that we can do in this hour. Trust me, because there are already many hours in this. So that's the introduction to this art piece. Yeah, I just want to start to draw here a little bit, and let me get this a little bit into the area, and all I do is making that grid like this, really easy, very slowly, many directions, not pushing too hard. I don't want to have it too strong. I cannot completely dismiss the glance of the graphite. Sorry, half Dutch, half English. And as you can see, sometimes I turn my pencil because my point is sharper. This point is only a half millimeter thick and about 5 centimeters long, I guess, into like a pen, a ball pen, and normally you click to get it out, or you can turn it, but this is clickable and you can refill it with those small things. Normally they are used mostly in offices to write notes and those kind of things, but I love them because you can work so detailed, extremely detailed. And then you can get, to me it's the only way to get like this kind of details into a drawing. You can do it with a pencil, but that's a lot of sharpening your points, and this pencil always has a sharp point, and if it doesn't, you just get a piece of sandpaper and you sharpen it. You just stretch it one time, and it starts to it has a sharp edge. And after I fill it, I need to make a decision what to do with the shadows, because the shadows can make it and break it, as we know of all the previous drawings we made and where we made some mistakes and corrected them. So we need to figure out what to do with it, because as you maybe saw by now, not every chessboard balloon has depth. Especially if I turn it a little bit like this, you can maybe see it very clearly. Does anyone see it? And because I left it flat, but only the lines tell the shape and the squares, and therefore it makes it a little bit psychedelic, maybe even. This one, and this one, they don't have the values like this one. This is dark, the light comes from here, hits it, but the only thing it costs, it catches shadow. That's all it did. And your eye tried to figure out the depth. Like I move my pen, you see the camera focusing. That's what your eye also tried to do, but it cannot. And I hope your eye finds a route and finds a way out. Let's see. We color another one here. As you can see, I started a little bit rough and then I just make it finer, step by step. A little bit of a glance in here. So, let's see, is there something in the chats? Bono, you know I'm jealous. Get out. Okay. You guys have to fight it out, I guess. So. Moving a little bit like this. And over here, this one has also no depth to get a repeating pattern. So I think I feel safe to make the shape here. Interesting shape. Do I know what I want in this place? And I need to draw those lines pretty sure, because the more I use my sketch lines, the more, and I don't like this shape, but I really want to have a big popping square here behind this root, and by the confusing of those colors. I need something to pop it. Only those lines are already very confusing. Oh, I'm too high up. I'm too high up. Can you see it, guys? A little bit here, more to the light. Like here. I think this is the best. So yes. And to make those really big squares, we are going to make, I need another one here. I do. Like that. And then I create something like this. And to make it a little bit more shape, like that. And then we do the other side. This needs to have more, otherwise it doesn't work. And I just eyeball the size of those squares. Doesn't have to be perfectly square or correct. You can even play with it to make it stretch again or make it even a little bit turning. That's what we are going to do here. Just on the tip. And then there's the question, where do you put down the black ones and the white ones? And if you want to have the shape start behind already 2 layers, but it's in front of 1. So I know, and I have the root, so I have 1, 2, 3, itself 4, 5. And as you can tell, on the 5th level, it's really dark because it's far behind, it doesn't catch much light. So this one needs to be darker than that one, but not as dark as this one. And by choosing which squares you make black and which one you leave white on the edge where it hits, you can make more depth or more light. So here you see I choose to touch those 3 black because I want to have it behind it. I want to have it darker. This one I left also a little bit darker, but because it pops here and this will catch a lot of light, I need a quick transfer. So I leave this one white and I start with black for this one. It hits this one and that makes my choice. And then I just check where I have everything. I don't like that. I don't like it that one is the dark one. We need to switch it. Ooh. I think I cannot make the right one here, because as I said, I want this one to have a lot of light to compensate for what's happening. And if we make that transition what I really like, that turns this one into black. So then which concession should we take? What's more important? Then the light is more important because the light has more information than what we do in the dark. The dark gets blurry, the dark gets less and less information. So let this be the leading in this case. Let's give it a little bit of that to indicate where everything goes. So we see what we're doing, and I'm a little bit more confident by myself to turn it already one shade further than I show you now, but I just want to show you also the thought processes that goes behind all those lines. That's an ugly mess here, right? And then we have this here, this one. This one. Big black one here. Maybe it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can live with this, yes. Yes. And here it comes also. Just make a small indication of where those black squares are. That's also a big mess here. Let's clear this up a little bit. Like this. Now we have here a little bit of space to fill that with those squares. It's too small. There is no. It will be so dark that it doesn't have any information. So, as you can see, I made some darker spots. So I will do that here as well, because that also gives us a little bit more value to work with. And we need to figure out how this black part will be, because here there needs to be also a top one, because this is really low, level 5. So we need to make something here. I think I can see it here. Sometimes you just feel it, and you that. And then here it comes up and it goes above, but this all, I want to have everything like that. It's bumping into there. So now we have this black, this black. Let's see, I don't know what to do with this part yet, so I will just bring it into here. Until that far I know for sure I cannot put in enough information. So again, I will give it a little bit of depth. I already will push a little bit harder to give it a little bit more dark, so I know it's really the last part. I leave sometimes a little bit of white between the shapes, just to give me some room to just shadow a little bit more or less, or and sometimes I even leave them without any reason, by the way. I just was thinking like, yeah, why I'm doing that. It really shows you an edge. If you don't do it, it just flows over in one another. That's not what you want. Not always. Sometimes you want, but not always. So back to here. We have that black here. Let's get that black in here. Like this. Just very gentle. I'm barely any pressure on the paper. And as long as we're already working on the blacks, let's fill this one as well. Turn my pencil, sharper point, get more paper covered, and it will get darker. Like that. Let me take that look if it's how I want it to work. I think it's what we want. Before we go further, let's me check that chat. Is it exploding? The smoothness is wild. Thank you. So, okay. If you guys have questions or wonderings or suggestions, maybe, please let me know. And we will see what we can do. So, before I hard color all those blacks in, I want to create that root. I need a sharp point for it, so I will start a little bit here by dark, but that's just to sharpen that point. There it is. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but you definitely see those results here. And that's how slowly a root comes to life in those drawings. What kind of bird was that? You guys hear that? Let me sharpen that point for the other side. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. It's the end. It's the end. I had a new one in. But now I need to start to make a new point. Okay. Yes. drop shadow behind this purple. Purple peanut. Why not? Purple peanut. We start like that. Here, I want right against the purple, and almost I just touch very lightly against that root. So it's and gently coloring. And again, against the purple peanut. And barely. Like that. If I take a look at the clock, so so you can see how long it takes to make everything. What do I see here wrong? Here I choose to not touch it, so I need to like that. That means that here and then this is too harsh, so I will push it a little bit back. Like that. Slowly If you're not sure about the amount you need to bring in onto a piece on which place, just small steps, build it up. You don't have to reach it in one stroke. It's drawing is really like take the time, sit down, relax, and yeah. Today with a friend of mine, also a colleague, about cola. He's a big fan of horses, and yeah, we had a good time. It's good to talk to another critical person about drawings, about materials. I made my own sidewalk chalk to draw with, so it's flush away with the rain, with all the other colors, and it works fine. But he takes it to the next level. He makes his own paint and everything. He grinds his own pigments, and yeah, it's really really dedication. But yeah, I don't paint that often, so I don't make my own paint. But at the retreat we had a campfire, and then I grab like a piece of charcoal there, and I just start to draw on the stones. Doesn't work so fine, but hey, when I left there was still a planet on that stone. Yes, I drew a whole planet. Think about that. So, and there goes the time. Let's finish this one. If you have questions, please drop them now in the chat so I can answer them in the last 5 minutes. Maybe. Because I also can understand that this is getting a little bit boring by now. But oh my god, I love it. It's just a meditation. It's just me and my thoughts and my pencil and paper. I'll leave it here. Let's see. What do we have? No more questions, I see. Okay. Then I want to thank you for joining me in another episode of Lifelines. And please leave a like, and if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. In 2 weeks, a normal Lifelines again with a random box, new piece of paper. And yeah, if you don't want that and you want to have more of this, let me know in the comments. Thank you for your time, and have a nice evening. Bye bye.